It is a sad day in America when Disney has released their latest atrocity. There were those who shook their heads at first when George Lucas, the creator of the Star Wars series, sold Lucasfilms to Disney, and then when Disney subsequently announced that they were producing a Star Wars Episode 7, many fans hung their heads in despair. But then, there was a glimmer of hope when J.J. Abrams was announced to direct the new film. However, Disney did not stop there. This morning, a rumor began to spread that Disney plans to reboot the beloved Indiana Jones franchise. And the worst part of it is, they do not plan to have actor Harrison Ford play the title role. It is a very sad day indeed for those who loved the Indiana Jones films, myself included. It's no secret that my favorite film of all time is Raiders of the Lost Ark, and really in general my favorite film series is the Indiana Jones franchise. I mean, yeah, they kind of missed their mark in Temple of Doom and Crystal Skull, but I mean, come on, Raiders of the Lost Ark and Last Crusade more than made up for the flaws of Temple of Doom and Crystal Skull, and it's just been a good part of why I even wanted to become a film student. I mean, it's kind of a weird way of why I did it, because I never really had... I always kind of enjoyed watching documentaries about filmmaking, but when it came down to me actually having an interest in film, I think it all started with Raiders of the Lost Ark, because when I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark and then I got the music from that movie out of the library, and when I heard the music, I started listening to other music from John Williams as well, including like Star Wars and Harry Potter, and it expanded to Howard Shore's Lord of the Rings and Hans Zimmer's Pirates of the Caribbean and so on. And then I started editing little videos that I just shot with my dad's pocket camcorder to those songs from those soundtracks, and that's what really got me started into liking to make videos, and then that developed even more into me wanting to make videos as a career, and that led to me being a film student now. So in a weird way, it all came from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Sometimes I say it came from John Williams, but I guess it really did come from watching Indiana Jones, wanting to hear the music, and then listening to John Williams. So, yeah, but Indiana Jones has really meant a lot to me, and it's definitely my favorite film of all time. And now Disney is talking about rebooting Indiana Jones, because Indiana Jones really is part of Lucasfilm, and when Disney bought out Lucasfilm to do Star Wars, they also bought the rights to do Indiana Jones. And this is just kind of... like, I heard about this news, I went to take a shower, and while I was in the shower I decided this is what I needed to do my monthly Chronicle video on. I was going to do something else, but I decided that this was far more important. It was much more personal to me because of my love for Indiana Jones. It's really just... like, even... I didn't prepare anything to say for this video, so I might kind of repeat myself and do things like that. But this is definitely something that I think needs to be talked about, how I'm really disappointed with Disney right now. It's like I said in the intro as well, that I had hopes for Disney doing Star Wars after they said J.J. Abrams was going to direct, because J.J. Abrams directed the Star Trek movies and a couple other ones that I really like, but Abrams even said in an interview, I read somewhere, that he wanted to use more practical stuff for Star Wars to make it aesthetically closer to the original trilogy rather than do all CGI stuff like the prequel trilogy did, which is a very smart move, and I really support him on that, and I'm glad they're doing it, which definitely gives me a new hope, pun intended, for a new Star Wars movie. However, I can't say anything about a new Indiana Jones movie without Harrison Ford, because that's what they're saying now. But now they are making a new Indiana Jones film, and they're not going to have Harrison Ford in it. What is this? But now they're talking about not even having Harrison Ford, which that would be a humongous sin. Because, let's face it, Harrison Ford got big off Star Wars when he started as Han Solo, but then his career only skyrocketed even more when he was cast as Indiana Jones in Steven Spielberg's Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, it's hard. You cannot separate Indiana Jones with Harrison Ford. It's just not possible in my books. And that's exactly what Disney's going to try to do. And they're saying it's going to be Bradley Cooper's going to be playing Indiana Jones. And I say absolutely no. Admittedly, I've never seen a movie with Bradley Cooper in it, but it's just the idea of it. Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones. He can't not be Indiana Jones. Well, I mean, he can not be Indiana Jones because he's Han Solo and he's a number of other great movies, but Indiana Jones can't not be Harrison Ford. That's what I'm trying to say. Even if they had an actor who I was more familiar with being Indiana Jones, I don't think I would be able to see it because, like, I don't care if they had, like, Hugh Jackman or Christian Bale or Robert Downey Jr. or the freaking ghost of Humphrey Bogart playing Indiana Jones. They wouldn't be the same. It's just Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is Harrison Ford. You can't separate the two. Well, you can, but you can separate Indiana Jones from Harrison Ford, but you can't separate Harrison Ford from Indiana Jones. It's just, it won't work. This has kind of been a shorter monthly chronicle, but I've just really had to rant about this. I'm very, very much a fan of it, the original Indy films, and I just cannot get behind a new Indiana Jones film without Harrison Ford. Next month is going to be something different that I'm going to try out. I'm going to do a show versus show kind of deal where I'm going to talk about the show Sherlock, which is my favorite television show right now. And my friend Janny, you'll remember her from last month with Conversation Heart. She's going to be there. She's going to talk about Doctor Who, and we're just kind of pit the shows against each other to see. Well, it's not really to see which show is better. We're just going to try to, like, defend the show that we like to the other person. And then, like, in the comments, you can let us know what you think is going to be the better show. And it's definitely going to be Sherlock. That's what I currently have planned for Monthly Chronicle, so stay tuned for those. Thanks for listening to my Indiana Jones rant, and I will see you next month.